Howdy, my darling Virgo. So please sit on down, darling, because I just pulled your three rows, your past, present, and future tarot spread here, and an extra card popped out here. So I have a pretty important message, and just like it's going to be pretty channeled here, darling. All right. So please sit on down and let's just get right into this tarot reading, darling. So the two cards that popped out, Virgo, were the Three and Ten of Swords. Now, initially, Virgo, keep it with me here, darling. All right. I know you're seeing this like, girl, Velka, why would you ever think this is something that I want to hear, right? But I promise you, especially with your spread here, I'm going to show you them each one later on in this reading, obviously, but I really want to start unpacking this right off the bat here because it's very relevant for the rest of your spread here. All right, so this Three and Ten of Swords here, I feel like recently, and especially even the back of the deck afterwards, is the Hermit card here. You recently went through some type of loss, Virgo. You had to let go of something due to some type of pain, and like the words that come to mind here where it's just like it was too much for you, Virgo. Something was too much. Somebody was too much for you, Virgo. Like you really had to close the chapter of a book in your life here. All right. And even tens represents the ending of a cycle here. So I always tell people, darlings, like you can't fit any more swords onto this person's back, darling. There's no 11 of swords, right? We get into the court cards afterwards. So, you know, for you, like this has been such an impactful chapter in your life that is coming to a close. While it might suck for a moment here, Virgo, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, you know, especially when it comes to your social life. I feel like you're having to just really separate yourself from people here. But darling, this is where we get into this beautiful spread here. All right. Your present and your future spreads are absolutely fabulous, really insane here. So I'll get into that in a moment. But I firstly want to start talking about your past situation a little bit more here. All right, because I know Virgo, you're just like, girl, I don't want to even talk about my past, Virgo. Velka, tomato. My moon is in my moon is in Virgo. I was about to say my moon is in Velka. So your past spread here, Virgo, you have the Death, the Ace of Swords, and then the Seven of Wands here. And so again, as you're continuing on with this reading, you're probably sitting there, Virgo, and you're just like, girl, Velka, this isn't getting any better. I promise you, if you stick with me, darling, you'll be really happy that you did here. And so the Death card coming in here, like you had to let go of something, but it's the very fact that whatever it is that you had to let go of, whatever it is that you had to move on from, that chapter in life that you had to close, like that's the beautiful thing about chapters, honey. It's like you end at chapter 1, and then what comes after chapter 1? Yes, darling, chapter 2, right? And so for you, Virgo, like whatever ending happened, what those details are, it's not my business, right? You already know what happened here. It's going to be birthing something really beautiful for you with this Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords represents the beginning thoughts, the beginning seed. Well, yeah, it's more so thoughts because swords is air energy, but it's like the beginning thoughts of like a new adventure, a new journey for you, Virgo. And this is only coming forward to you after the ending of that Death card, right? And so what happens afterwards with the Seven of Wands here, what I feel like your story has ended up having to be, a Virgo, which is not something you wanted it to be, but it's like, I don't want to say that you have like haters or like enemies or anything like that, Virgo, but I do get very much so this sense of just like proving people wrong, showing to people like what was always inside of you, Virgo, that other people were not willing to see. Whatever it was in the past that you had to let go of, your future self, your future is really shaping up to be proving to them like what is actually possible for you. All right. And so I really do feel like for you, Virgo, at this time, I want you to be with your thoughts, especially because we have that Hermit card in the back of the deck as well. It's really important at this time because it's really during those like late night thoughts at 3 o'clock in the morning, Virgo, for you. You're going to be really getting some powerful divine inspiration about what to be doing next. All right. So this is where the cards start getting really good for my Virgos that chose to stick along here, friend. All right. In your present situation here, we have the Knight of Swords, the Three of Cups, and then the Queen of Wands here, Virgo. And so here's what your story is looking like here, Virgo. You are the Queen of Wands in this case. All right. I know you're an earth sign and Wands is fire energy, obviously, Virgo, but this is who you are. The Queen of Wands interacts so beautifully, Virgo, with the Ace of Swords because the Queen of Wands is the one that takes the risk. She has the idea that comes from the Ace of Swords, and the Queen of Wands is like takes that idea, and she's kind of like a little bit of a loner initially. If you look up in the Rider-Waite Tarot, like no matter how you see whatever tarot deck that you look at for illustrations of the Queen of Wands, the only thing that is accompanying the Queen of Wands is like their familiar, like a bird or a dog or anything like that, you know? And so in this case for you, Virgo, you being the Queen of Wands is taking action, taking a leap of faith, essentially leaving your comfort zone to go after something that you feel really passionate about, something that you see. It's almost as if for you, Virgo, where you're just like, you have an idea of something, be like, this could be really something powerful. This could be something really big here. All right. And it's on that journey, especially for you, my friend. I feel like you've had to let go, especially of like a lot of social situations in your life. All right. And for you, especially due to the Hermit card, especially. But we have the Knight of Swords here, a court card, and then the Three of Cups coming in here. As you continue on in your journey of the Queen of Wands, well, yes, obviously, Virgo, you start out riding solo, all right? You start out kind of just you, yourself, and I, right, Virgo? But on your journey, you're going to be meeting people who understand your thinking, who understand what it is that you're trying to accomplish, Virgo, all right? With that Knight of Swords here, it's very complementary with this Three of Cups, because it's like you progress in your journey, and it's kind of just like as each month goes, because I do feel like it's like for the next few months, Virgo, you're going to be like hitting new connections, new relationships in your life here. But also it's during these times, like each month that goes by, Virgo, you're going to have reasons to celebrate, right? That's what the Three of Cups really represents, is like victory, good news, celebrating with people, right, Virgo? And so I feel like as you continue this Queen of Wands journey, whatever the case is, your path is going to align with people that you're meant to connect to. You're going to be aligning yourself with people that you would consider part of your soul family, or some people say like soulmates and twin flames. Again, I don't like to attach like romantic interest to this. I just see human to human connection and being a really good match for you, Virgo. All right, ultimately here, you end up having to leave a situation. You had to close a chapter in your life that for whatever the reason is, like you have to move on from it. And then you kind of just were in this place where it's just like, it's just you know, and then you kind of had to just like prove to these people that you had to leave what was actually possible. And then because of that, it's going to be so refreshing for you in the coming days, Virgo, of the people, of these new connections that you run into in your life, because rather than always having to convince people and have them see the vision that you have for yourself and what you want to accomplish, you don't have to go through that convincing process of like having people to understand like what it is that you're wanting to accomplish in this lifetime, where it is that you're going. You're going to be running into Knight of Swords people who see that Ace of Swords, the beginning of that beautiful thought, and be like, you know what, this is inspiring to me. I want to be part of that journey. And so you don't have to try nearly as hard to find your tribe of people, to find people who actually understand you, who appreciate you, you know, and want to like help you win as well. I do feel like there's like this message coming in as well, Virgo, where it's just like you are constantly dealing with people that just were not thinking from a team aspect, and you're always like dealing with like lone wolves, even though I feel like you function best with a team of people, or just at least with a group of people. I feel like that's where you thrive the most, and you're going to be finding your tribe of people there. All right, Virgo. And so let's get into your future reading, your future spread here, which is really fabulous. Which also, by the way, Virgo, I have a new spiritual podcast, and I just uploaded an episode on Monday, so check it out if you want to. It's in the pinned comment here. But in your future spread, Virgo, we have the Queen of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Fool. All right. So the Fool, Virgo, I'm going to bring your attention to this firstly, right? The Fool is associated with the number 0. That's why you always see the 0 when it's depicted, because it's the beginning of a fool's journey, right? This is you. This is quite literally you, Virgo, right? This is what's going on for you. You're stepping into a new slate in your life, a new chapter of your life here, where it's like you don't have anyone accompanying you besides that dog, darling, besides your spiritual team, besides maybe you even have like a pet as well, Virgo. Like, you started out solo, but the beautiful thing about this is, even with the Queen of Cups and the Four of Wands, Virgo, the Queen of Cups, she represents having like a close, beautiful, good circle of people around her, a good support system. And also with the Queen of Cups, if you look at it, the Queen of Cups is usually depicted as where she's always hyper focused in on the trophy. She's called the Queen of Cups, but she's actually not ever holding a cup. She's holding a trophy. So it's kind of like the analogy of keeping your eye on the prize, Virgo, right? And then as well, representing, again, it's very aligned. If I feel like some of you guys might need to watch this reading back a couple of times to see how aligned all these cards are in so many different facets. But it's like, even with the Four of Wands here, the Four of Wands is known as the 1111, right? That's why you see two wands on either side, you know, representing that portal and like living in your soul's purpose. Excuse me, Virgo. As well, you know, it's the card of marriage. While I'm not sitting here saying, Virgo, that you're going to be getting married or anything like that, but I can be saying to you, like, it's during this journey, while you never gave up on the eye and like keeping your eye, you never took your eyes off of the prize. You continued focusing in on what it was you wanted to accomplish. And then Queen of Cups, Four of Wands energy, your tribe of people naturally congregate around you. You end up building your own community there, Virgo. Does that make sense? And so this is the best message I really could have for somebody. I would even be saying, like, this is like, I don't know, like, this is easily like the most positive reading I've had so far for 2023, even though we're only in February now, or we're about to be in February. So yeah, really, really positive here, Virgo. Let's get into your oracle reading for today, and then I'll let you go and then have you enjoy the rest of your evening. So Virgo, you have the Spirit of the River, movement towards adventure. All right. So that's kind of what I've been trying to emphasize this entire time, is like, you're about to be going on a new adventure. You're just going through, you know, with the river, it's like you're going with the flow of the river rather than resisting it. You're just going with where the universe, your spiritual team, is trying to guide you to. And it's a new adventure, Virgo. Like, your entire reading is talking about a new adventure, a new journey, you know, and it all starts with that Ace of Swords. It all starts with this new idea that only comes forward to you after you had to close off that chapter. And so because you closed off that chapter, Fool energy, you start that new Fool's journey. So beautiful, beautiful reading for you, Virgo. Hopefully something in here resonated, and I'll connect to you sometime in the near future. Bye, darling Virgo.